I'm going to show you my little home studio that I've set up. It's taken me a few weeks, but finally I have my own sanctuary. I hope you guys enjoy this video. I'm going to put links to all the relevant pieces of gear and other stuff that I mention in this video down in the description if you're interested in any of it. Without any further ado, let's check it out. So let's start over here and we'll go clockwise around this room. This is my guitar that started it all for me. My PRS SC245 in emerald green. It's a 10 top. Got the bird inlays and stock pickups. All my guitars have stock pickups. I don't really have any reason to switch them out whenever I buy the guitar because it's just really about the playability for me. I've only actually named this guitar and this guitar. This guitar is named Baby because she's my baby. And like I said, was with me in my Berkeley days. Got her in 2010, I believe. And she's just never let me down. It's the greatest guitar I've ever owned. Never gonna give you up. As you'll see here, I have installed some kind of studio lighting mounts in that corner and this corner to light the backdrop for most of my videos. It's just so much better than I used to have these giant umbrella lights. And they were such a pain. They were huge, bulky things and kind of made me look fluorescent. So these ones are much better. They're smaller and they're always right where they need to be. I don't have to move stuff around. If you're wondering what these giant ass things are on the wall, they are for absorbing sound from a company called Orlex, kind of the premier studio foam company. And they're great. They make the room sound completely neutral from a mixing perspective. So I have them strategically placed all around the room. Those ones in the left corner, the black ones, are just different style for different type of absorption, but they are pretty much all over the place. And I'm gonna do a separate video on how to actually acoustically treat your room, home studio. I'm not a professional by any means, but I've watched a lot of YouTube videos and these lights actually act as bass traps, so that works out for me. Got my fire alarm here in case anything catches on fire, I will know about it. Got my cool little stand here with my little amps, and that book is called The Daily Stoic. The concept is you read 1 page per day, and it's just like a cool way to start my day. I really like reading it. And moving along here, we have the other guitar that I have named. This is Honey, my Fender American Stratocaster. It's an American Special. And it's got all the stock stuff like I mentioned, Texas Special pickups, and just, again, one of the guitars that's been with me for a while. I bought it back in 2013 or 2014 maybe, but I don't know. Jimi Hendrix is my favorite guitar player of all time. And so, there's Van Halen there, but Hendrix above him, I figured I needed a Strat if I wanted to pay homage to one of my favorites. So that's why I got it back in the day, but now it serves me very well. Moving along here, I got these shades custom cut from a website online. You can see there's another window over there. These shades are really, really nice, and they also act as sound diffusers. If sound reflects from those monitors, it will be diffused and absorbed by many of the things in this room, including this cool pedal rack that I built I think these wood panels and mounts are from this place called World Market. You've probably heard of it. But these are my pedals. And a lot of these I've actually just been sent by many awesome companies. So I'll give you the close-up look at all of the pedals on this little mount here. So this little batch of pedals, the Sweet Leo and that wireless system there, those are both made by a company called X-Vive. And that orange one and that little mini volume pedal and this black one here are all made by Moore. And they're both Asian pedal companies. They both reached out to me and were like, yo, we love Music Is Win. Take our pedals. And I was like, sure. So I am going to do a mini pedal video, I think, because I have a lot of them. Moore and X-Vive have sent me some really cool pedals, and I have yet to really try them out, so I'm going to do that soon enough here. But I was waiting to get into a house so I could actually crank an amp and test this stuff. So moving along here, we have, oh, this is a prototype pedal actually. It's called the Woodshed. It's a crunchy gain pedal sent to me by a cool guy who had my email address from my Fretboard Friday email list that goes out every Friday. Great pedal. Waiting to see what he comes out with for the official version. Another Moore, I think that's probably a wah pedal. Again, mini pedals, really cool. This is the Nemesis delay, and it's from Source Audio. Done a couple videos using their pedals. Amazing pedals, really high quality. This is definitely my favorite delay pedal. Close second here, the Tape Echo from Wampler. I don't know, I go back and forth. They both do really different things and they're really unique delay pedals. So check both of these out if you are looking for a delay, and you can't go wrong. More there, and there's another Wampler pedal, that Tumnus. That is a mainstay on my regular board. It's just kind of takes your tone and kicks it up a notch, smooths everything out. Great for any situation. This is the Keeley Seafoam Chorus. I bought this pedal last year, and I don't know, I was looking for a chorus pedal, and this one blew all the other ones that I tried out of the water. So here's a Source Audio Lunar Phaser. I'm going to be doing a video with this soon enough, so stay tuned for that. It's a great pedal. Polytune, I like small tuners. Doesn't take too much space on my board. This is an original Crybaby, just a standard original Crybaby. That's a remote for my desk lighting, which I will show you in a moment. Moving up here, we've got the Seymour Duncan Palladium, which is probably my favorite pedal. When I plugged it in, I was just like, this is the ultimate sound. And I found it at NAMM, Summer NAMM 2016. And yeah, I played it and had to have it. So really great pedal there if you're looking for high gain. Over here, we've got the Empress Phaser. Empress is another pedal company that I discovered at NAMM, Winter NAMM 2017, and damn, their pedals are amazing. I made a video with that pedal, the Heavy, and this Empress, called the Heaviest Guitar Pedal if you want to check it out. But yeah, absolute top quality guitar pedals. Here is the MXR La Machine. This handles all my fuzz needs. So like that Octavia sound that Jimi Hendrix used. This is like a modern version of that, and it has an octave switch, so you can get like a subtle fuzz or a really crazy Hendrixy fuzz. This is another X-Vive pedal, tube squasher, kind of just like a clean boosty thing. And we got an envelope filter from Moore. Again, I haven't tried a lot of these little pedals in depth, but I am going to. This is a Source Audio tap tempo control. So for the Source Audio pedals, like, well, this is from Source Audio too, LA Lady, but it doesn't use the tap tempo. The Vertigo Tremolo does, and as well the Lunar Phaser both use this tap tempo switch to do a multitude of things. So the LA Lady, it's a great pedal, really nice, rich overdrive sound from Source Audio. This is my loop station, Boss. Pretty sure a lot of you are familiar with that pedal. It's really great. I like the LED to tell me where I am in the measure, so that's why I prefer this one over like a Ditto or something. Golden Brownie from X-Vive is a very underrated pedal in my arsenal. I actually really like that one. It's one that I have messed around with, and it's a great pedal. These little pedals are very inexpensive, but really pack a lot of punch. So there is kind of like a Tube Screamer copy from Moore. And then the Vertigo Tremolo. I use this pedal in my Creating Sinister Chord Progressions YouTube video, so go check that out if you want to hear that pedal in action. And that is my pedal display. I actually got this idea to display my pedals this way from a recording studio that I went to in Boston when I was in college, called Scott Riebling Studios. So yeah, I'm really happy with how that display worked out. Moving over here, I have my PRS Custom 50. It has Greenback Celestion speakers in there. This amp is the ultimate amp. I don't have any reason to ever play out of any other amp. PRS was good enough to send this to me on kind of an indefinite loan. I think I'll probably end up buying it from them at some point. But it's here. I use it in a lot of my videos. And if you notice, that signature also appears right here. This is a Christmas card that it was like a tri-fold Christmas card that I framed, that I got from PRS. So my relationship with them kind of blossomed towards the end of last year. And they sent me this Christmas card. It's really cool. Got everyone from the PRS staff signed it. So it's a really special memento for me. And I thought it would be cool to put right above this amp. Over here, speaking of PRS, we've got a couple friends. That whale blue guitar is a PRS S2 Custom 24. And I feel like I should show you this remote here. This controls the lights. So I'm gonna turn things blue now. And look, now I can really talk about this blue guitar. I got this in a kind of sponsorship, good graces type of arrangement where PRS gave this guitar to me in order to do a clinic at Island Music Company in Maryland. And it was basically the first significant endorsement that I ever got. And I'm extremely grateful and humbled to have it. This here is another loaner from PRS that I get to use for whatever bidding I have. This is an Alex Lifeson signature acoustic, and it sounds amazing. You guys have heard it in my videos. What do you think? I'd say it sounds pretty amazing. Anyways, this remote here, this light strip was like 25 bucks, and does all this different stuff. You can change colors to whatever you want. I'm actually still trying to get the hang of it, but there's a lot of cool stuff you can do to set the mood of whatever you are looking for. Leave it at red for now. So on the back of the desk here, I just used some adhesive and put it on there, and it looks really cool. It's really zen in this studio. As you can see, I got a light up here. It's a glass light that I installed with my dad. He helped me out. So now I'm like an electrician who doesn't know much about anything than putting in basic lights. But we also installed a dimmer here. So that's a nice little touch if I ever want to just kind of chill and relax. You guys have already seen this desk. I made a video called the Ultimate Home Studio Desk, so I won't go too in depth on the desk itself, but the things that are on it I will tell you about. I'll start right here with the kind of heartbeat of my sound in my studio. This is the Apollo Twin Mark II Quad, and this thing has changed the game for me. It has a variety of different plugins that sound absolutely incredible. You really need to check one of these out if you are looking to upgrade your interface, or even if you don't want to upgrade your interface but you're not quite satisfied with your overall tone, if you're a content creator like me, or if you like to record your own music at home. This is the absolute best machine that you can buy. So I'm going to break this down very quickly just because this is a studio rundown, but here is the console that I use. I use Logic to record audio into, but this allows me to actually select a variety of different amps and other plugins. So as you can see here, I've got a Friedman dialed up, and this sounds exactly like a Friedman. It's insane. I also got hooked up with a bunch of different plugins from these guys. There is a Fender 55 Tweed Deluxe, and this sounds, like I said, just like it. The response is the most important thing to me when I'm playing through amp emulators. Is, does it feel like I'm playing? Does it respond to my dynamics? And these plugins absolutely do. So check out Universal Audio. They have a variety of different products, but I like the Twin. There's a few different versions of it, so check that out. Moving along here, we've got an M-Audio Keystation 49 ES. This thing was like 50 bucks or 100 bucks. I think it was on sale for 50 bucks. But this is just a basic MIDI controller, so I can control any synth patches in my Logic situation. Logic is the program that I use on my computer, my digital audio workstation. So yeah, this is works for me. Just basic, super basic, and does what I need it to do. On the desk here I have these Nev Point blackout panels because I don't really have a lot of outboard gear, because I use this for all my plug-in needs. And this is a power conditioner. This is the only piece of gear that I have, so if there's like a power surge, all my equipment is plugged into this in the back of the desk, and it is safe from harm's way. That is my MacBook Pro for when I'm on the road or not wanting to use this big piece of meat. We got here some more RLX foam for my studio monitors that I just purchased recently. These are Focal 6.5 inch speakers. They are really, really great. I used to have KRK Rocket 5s, and these things have been a massive upgrade. They sound amazing. They're everything I could have hoped for. So I highly recommend these Focal studio monitors if you're on the market. And again, all this stuff is going to be linked in the description for you to check the specs out. There's my curtains that I'm very proud of. I had to take measurements myself and get it right because these are all custom designs to match the room, which hope you guys like. I went with the paint colors called Galaxy, and I thought it would be cool to kind of have a color scheme. This is my Zakk Wylde signed photo. We have my autographed picture of Zakk Wylde that I got at 2017 Winter NAMM that maybe you saw. I did a video with Zakk Wylde in it, asked him, how do you play guitar in 3 words or less? And he said, practice, practice, practice. I also got to meet John Petrucci, Brent Hinds, and a bunch of other crazy rock stars, so go find that video on my channel. And then above him we have his predecessor, Randy Rhoads, one of my biggest influences. I thought it would be fitting to have these two dudes hanging out on the same wall together. Two of my favorite guitar players of all time. I'll show you in here, not much to see, but it's just a little storage closet where I keep cases and tripods and mic stands and all my little knickknacks that I need for making things happen that I don't want to see. I just want to have access to. This is kind of funny. I have my Berklee diploma here. Tyler Scott Larson, Berklee College of Music. It's real, guys. I'm not just making this stuff up. But I don't really need to display that. I just think it was cool to accomplish, but a piece of paper doesn't really mean anything in the long run, does it? Moving along, got a Peavey Vintage 30 combo here, a really great sounding little amp. I got this in conjunction with that guitar. Peavey also sponsored that event and hooked me up with this amp, so really grateful for having this in my arsenal. Moving on here, this is a Bugera G20 Infinium. This was actually, I said before, my first major endorsement was PRS, but Bugera actually was the first company to give me a major vote of confidence and send me this stuff. I used this amp setup in my 5 exotic guitar scales course, and these are really great. I have 2 112 cabs here with the head, and seriously, it's an inexpensive option. I mean, inexpensive doesn't mean cheap. That's what I've learned, and these are really excellent pieces of equipment. So check out Bugera if you're looking for something in the mid-range. And we will move along here to my signed Joe Satriani poster. I didn't actually get this signed in person. I don't know how you guys feel about that, but I got this from him, sent to me when I ordered Shockwave Supernova, one of his albums. I got the special autograph package, so that's that. I just thought it was a really awesome poster too. And then moving on to Jimi Hendrix again, makes a second appearance in my little studio. My ultimate influence are both of these guys really. Satch and Hendrix, definitely 2 of my idols when it comes to guitar playing, and the 2 guys that probably got me the most excited to play guitar. So they belong on a wall together. And coming around to the end here, this is my PRS Custom 24, Floyd Rose, obviously. This is another one that's kind of on an indefinite loan from PRS, but again, one that I probably will end up shelling out some cash for, because I cannot imagine parting with it. When I got this guitar, I had never really used a Floyd Rose, so yeah, it's freaking awesome. And the thing plays like butter, sounds amazing, as you would expect. This is a Beatles poster that I got in college from a record store, and it was kind of old and beat up in this plastic covering, and I took it out and put it in this frame. Looks really cool. Up top here, John Petrucci, autographed. Got that autographed in person when I asked him, how do you play guitar in 3 words or less, and he said, don't fuck up. Words to live by the man John Petrucci. And that's it. And what do they do in MTV Cribs when the tour's over? They say, it's been cool, guys, but now you gotta get the hell out of my house. Peace. Nah, but I won't leave you guys like that. Thanks for watching this video. If you made it to the end, click the like button and leave a comment on what your favorite part of the studio was, or what part you hated. I don't care. Also check the description for links to most of the stuff that I talked about if you're interested in that. It's always fun to examine other people's gear and get inspiration for your own setup, I think. So guys, until next time, keep shredding.